is up, everybody? Jason, aka Jester, and today is actually the Thursday before the Sunday on Mother's Day, and I'm going to be making a special dinner for Mom, but we need to start the prep today, actually, because it's going to be a marinated dish. And as it turns out, I accidentally discovered this a couple years back, but it turned into one of the family favorites, and it's one of her favorites, and that's the most important thing. So we've got a little prep work to do today, and I wanted to bring you that. And then I'll bring the rest of it to you on actual Sunday. So it's a little weird shooting this 3 days in advance, but I want to get a good marinade on this particular cut of meat. Let's get right to the board and let's get cutting. So I want to try to get through this pretty quick because I know we've got low light, but this is a really quick, easy process. Obviously what you can see here is a pork tenderloin. This is the most tender part of any hog that you're going to get. And I love using this in several things. Today, we're going to be cutting this down into medallions. And really all you want to do is take off some of the excess fat, kind of what they call a denuding type process. Now, when this comes off the animal, it's actually got a lot of glands and fat and stuff on it. So most of the denuding is going to be done for you. But what you're looking for after you get the big parts of fat off of there are going to be this silver skin here. And the tenderloin doesn't have too much of it, at least the pork doesn't. You cut up underneath and then you slide it back. And then from there, you just kind of let the knife do the work and try not to take too much of the meat. I got a little heavy there, but it's not the end of the world. Let me get this one all cleaned up, and then I'll show you how we're going to cut it. So now that we got all of that removed, all we need to do is take about 1-inch increments here and slice that across the grain. We're going to cut that same way all the way down. You want to be fairly consistent, but once you get to the very end, you're going to end up with a choice most likely because there's a tail to this. So what I'll do is cut that one a little thicker, and we're going to leave that tail just like it is. Let me show you the next step. As far as our marinade goes, we're going to be using 2 different things that I love individually, but I love them together even more. And again, I discovered this completely by accident a couple years ago. What I find is if you take this zesty Robusto Italian dressing that we've used in a video before, and you combine it with a nice balsamic vinegar, you get this wonderful marinade. And by the way, if you guys want to use some of this stuff, most of it's available at your local grocery store, but if you'd like to support the channel, you can go to the description and click the kit, which will take you to my kit page, which shows a lot of the different stuff we've been using in the videos. And if you actually follow that to the Amazon page and buy from there, it actually does support the content. So I appreciate it if you guys do that for me. And I'm going to be trying to add all the different stuff as we go, from the different gadgets and stuff that we use to some of the dressings or seasonings. It'll all be available there. But pretty much all we're going to do is just drop the pork right into that. As you can see, I got most of it done. I don't want to spill any. But most of these done. We did cut up 4 of these tenderloins today. And these are going to soak for 3 full days. What I'll probably do is transfer this over to a freezer bag because it's a little bit easier to agitate and get everything stirred up. But then from there, I'll see you guys on Sunday when we're cooking Mom her Mother's Day dinner. And we finally made it back to Sunday. I just kind of want to give you guys a look here. This is our bag that we put everything into. And just look at the excellent color, and you can tell it took the marinade really well. I'm super happy to get these going in. So what we're going to do on the flat top, I've actually got 2 sides. This one's running a little bit higher than this side. We're going to run it about medium heat over here. This is where we're going to cook the tenderloins. And all we're going to do is just squirt a little bit of oil, not a whole lot. And then we're just going to place these with this side down. So the cut side where we cut it is going to go straight down on the grill. Except for the tails. The tails can kind of go just any way. They fit on there nicely. But the idea is to try to get everything cooked pretty evenly so that we get a good temperature at about the same time on all of them. And again, I'm only going to try to use about half of this, but I'll bring you guys back at the first turn and I'll see you then. Alright, so it's been about 5 or 6 minutes, and I kind of just want to show you, this is the kind of color we're looking for. You want that nice, good color on it. And we're going to turn that over. I did go ahead and turn this down to low heat. It just got a little warm. For some reason, these Blackstones just run a little bit hot. So just keep everything in line and not get overly done. I went ahead and turned it all the way down. But we got a good sear on the one side, and I'll come back when we're ready to do our side dish. And now that we got those tenderloins right about 160 or so, we're just going to let those simmer for a minute. I want to get our side dish going. Today it's going to be fresh green beans, which is one of my absolute favorite things in the world to do. All I did to these was put them in some hot water for about a minute and a half, just to get the crispiness of them off the outside. And then we're going to be taking this, which is a squirt bottle that has olive oil and lemon juice mixed into it. We're going to be putting that over the top with just a little bit of kosher salt. So to make these, I just want to put a little bit of a little bit of oil right here on the side. I'm just going to dump this entire thing right there. Now be super careful, as you can hear it sizzling. What that is, that's actually the water that's boiling off on the oil. From there, I want to make sure that I shake up this lemon juice mixture really well. This is also going to sizzle, so be very, very careful when doing this. Usually I do these in a saute pan, but I wanted to try it on the Blackstone this time. And let's put some of our flavoring here. We got it good and mixed up. This stuff really cooks quick. And then just really quick, we're going to hit it with just a little bit of the salt. We're going to turn this over and over until we get a nice kind of a brownish color on the outside. These are going to be absolutely delicious. And there is the finished product, boys and girls. The Balsamic Italian Marinated Pork Tenderloin Medallions. They came out amazing. Most of the colorization you get there is from the Balsamic, and believe me, I've already tried these. The flavor shows. And then you get these really, really nice green beans that have this nice kind of a crispy outside to them, but it's not overly done. The citrus and salt really set each other off. I'm super happy with this. Number one, happy Mother's Day to any mothers that might watch the video. And number two, if you guys like this kind of content, think about giving the video a like and maybe subscribe, because we're going to be doing tons more like this as far as the food side goes. There's also going to be gaming. There's going to be real life stuff coming up. So hopefully you guys are into that. And until next time, guys, have a great Mother's Day. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.